What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Now, today's video, I wanted to break down my ace clutch that I featured in my most recent highlights. And the reason I want to do this is because I feel like there's some learning that I myself can use from this clip, but also that you might be able to learn a tip or two from me. I know I'm not the best pro or anything, but I think that you might be able to learn something. Either way, I'm going to be breaking down the entirety of this clip. Now, you're going to notice the first thing is that the clip starts at 2 minutes 38 seconds. I was AFK, so I just cut that because it's literally just me standing there for 22 seconds. So yeah, don't worry about that. Nothing happened. But here we are with the start of the clip. Let's just watch, and I'll narrate as we go. You can already probably tell by now that we are playing on Villa. I spawned at Main Road, and I just simply broken open that window. I jumped inside, and I was basically checking out the living room. Sometimes some people like to hide in there. I personally like to hide in there. It's a good spot. But yeah, just making sure that nobody is in here. Another thing you're going to notice is that the hatch that I'm standing right next to, that is not reinforced. The objective is in the basement, and that hatch is right above the doorway. So the best advice that I can give to you is when you are in a clutch situation to remember little details like the hatches being reinforced or not reinforced, and just kind of paths that you can use to your advantage. Alright, so directly after getting into the living room and checking my corners, I instantly wanted to check out the hallway and the stairs that I could use to get down to the objective. So as soon as I peeked into the hallway and I was looking at the stairs, I instantly heard Vigil, and I knew that someone was going to be there. And so as soon as I saw him, I shot him a couple times and I just rushed him because I knew that he was probably going to start running, and I ended up getting the kill. At this point, I'm just running back into the living room, which I know is clear, so I have time to reload and get ready for my next engagement.
You have found the biohazard container. Proceed to its location.
Alright, so like I said earlier, I came back in the living room, I reloaded, so I was ready for the next engagement. I pinged the hatch, and I was trying to get my cousin to blow the hatch. Well, I threw my Twitch drone out, and I was going to get on the drone and clear out any sort of gadgets or get some intel. I already knew that they had an alibi because if you call to the beginning, when our teammate died, it was an alibi who killed him because it showed alibi's gun. Well, I set the Claymore down just to protect myself, and unfortunately I threw my drone pretty much right on the hatch, so when my cousin blew up the hatch, it took my drone with it. So at this point, I'm just getting back off of the drone and off of my cameras so that I can try to figure out my next move. Alright, so at this point, that alibi that I mentioned earlier, she's roaming, and she comes in and she gets my cousin. So now it is a 2v4. So I instantly try to turn around, and I got a couple hits on her. I'm not exactly sure how many. And so I try to run after her, and I'm looking for her, and as you can see, she used her shotgun pistol, that weird thing, I don't even know. She tried to open up the wall. She couldn't find me, and she ran off. Now, as soon as I peeked into the hallway, I heard a Lesion. So now I have confirmed two of the identities. I have one Lesion and one alibi. So I know that those are two I have to worry about. So I ended up in this other room, and I'm listening right now. I'm just standing still. I don't want to make any noise because I want to hear where she's coming. So I'm going to start moving here in just a second because I hear her in the hallway again.
friendly, last operator standing.
Alright, so a couple things to point out here. Number one, use sound. The reason I knew where Alibi was because I was listening, and if you listen to your surroundings, it will tell you a lot. I knew that she was going to be right there on the stairs or somewhere right there. I got the kill. The other thing to notice is my other teammate went down right before I got the Alibi kill. So it was a 1v4 right before I got Alibi, but right afterwards it was a 1v3. So right after I got the Alibi kill, I just want to go back to the living room. If you do remember, my cousin did actually blow the hatch, and that was my original plan, was to jump down through or to just use that hatch to my advantage. Since I kind of got distracted by the Alibi, I'm just kind of going back to what the original plan was. Alright, so a lot of stuff happened here. I went back into the living room and I got that Alibi because I already killed Alibi, so I knew it wasn't her. So I just got rid of that just for any future confusion. I reloaded, I assessed the situation, and I realized I didn't really like this hatch. I just felt like my presence on this side of the map was too heavy and that everybody on the other team would be kind of expecting me. Remember, this is a 1v3 that I'm up against, so there's 3 guys pretty much knowing exactly where I am. So I go over to the other set of stairs and I hit a Legion mine. And I just back up a little bit out of harm's way to remove this thing. Well, 2 things I want to point out here. Number 1 is that because I hit that Legion mine, Legion knew where I was, right? So then I used my sound. I heard him coming. That part of the map is very echoey. So I heard him coming and I held that angle. So he came around the angle and I hit him. Easy kill using sound again. And when you're Legioned, the best thing I could say is just kind of get to a safe place before you remove that goo mine. Directly after I got the Legion kill, I'm going back to the hatch. First reason, they already know I'm on the other side of the map now. They just got a kill, they know where the Legion died, so they're expecting me from the other flight of stairs. So I'm going back to the hatch. The whole time I'm watching my time. I've got about 30 seconds approximately. So I'm watching my time, being careful, and as soon as you drop down, right as soon as I pause the clip, you're going to notice that there's a ping. And that ping is 24 meters away, and 24 meters is not in the objective. So just keep that in the back of your minds as we watch this clip. Alright, so now a couple more things. I hit another goo mine. So now my health went down by 10. So now I'm only at 29 health. Then I get echoed. So now I know what the remaining 2 defenders are. It's an Echo and a Doc. Because Doc's pinged. He's the guy who was pinged and he was not in the objective. And then I got echoed. So I was trying to look for the Echo drone because I knew it had to be somewhere right there. I couldn't see it, or I overlooked it. I don't know. But I didn't get the Echo drone killed. So I'm just kind of waiting out here until the Echo drone effects kind of go off.
Resume securing the container once the threat is... Secure the room. Protect the biocontainer. Op 4, last operator standing. Resume securing the container once the threat is neutralized. Op 4 eliminated.
And that is the ace clutch. If I were to sum up everything in this video into sort of the tips and tricks video, I would say the first one would be use your sound. Sound is definitely a huge thing in this game, and if you listen to your surroundings and listen to the different sounds and effects, you're going to learn a lot about what your team is doing, but what the other team is doing as well. Another thing is just to kind of limit your exposure to one area. If you kill a couple people in one area, everybody on the other team is going to be like, okay, something's going down in that area. I should probably look at that area. So that's kind of why I went from one side of the map to the other side and then back. That way I was kind of shaking things up, making it harder for the defenders to read me. The last couple seconds there, I would say there wasn't really a lot I can tell you from sort of getting echoed. Echo is kind of a hard operator to work around other than just deleting his drone and getting rid of it as soon as you can. But I would say that before you make any last minute rushes, make sure you kind of let the effects wear off. Now that Echo has 2 drones, his charges take a lot longer to recharge. So if I waited till the effects wore off, he wasn't going to have 2 charges again. He was only going to have 1. So that was definitely beneficial. So I got in there, I peeked, check your angles, and clear places so that you can go in there and look in one specific area, because I was looking left, not right. And when you are on a 1v1 situation, just kind of limit your exposure, and if you see movement, shoot. I would say that another thing that you have to keep in mind is that you really can only engage one person at a time. And you have to really look at it as a 1v1 situation instead of a 1v5 or a 1v4. If you think about it as a 1v5, it's just going to get a lot harder for you. And if you think about it as a 1v1, you're going to have a lot less stress. So if you think about it, I got the Alibi kill, the Vigil kill, the Legion kill, Echo, and Doc. And each of those engagements were a one-on-one. It wasn't like I had 2 people rushing at me. Each of those were a one-on-one. So instead of worrying about the numbers, just focus on 1 kill at a time. And just kind of work around what you have. I mean, I may not have had, you know, a lot of utility. I didn't have grenades or anything. But I used what I had, I used the sound, and I focused on 1 engagement at a time. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, and I'm going to leave just the plain clip in the background, no anything in real time, so you guys can watch it again.
Stay sharp.
You have found the biohazard container. Proceed to its location.
OED active! Sweeping cannon!
Friendly, last operator standing. Securing the container once the threat is secure the room. Protect the biocontainer. Op 4 last operator standing. Resume securing the container once the threat is neutralized. Op 4 eliminated.